The galaxy was quiet. Too quiet. In the far corner of space, beyond known trade routes and star maps, there was a dark region called the Silent Zone. No planets. No stations. No signals. Just endless black space. For hundreds of years, ships that entered this area never returned. Because of this, most people believed the Silent Zone was cursed. But the Empire did not believe in curses. They believed in power. And power meant control. The mission begins. Captain Raxor stood on the bridge of his warship, Shadow Crown. He was tall, cold, and proud. His silver armor shined under blue lights. Around him, officers watched their screens. "Captain," said First Officer Lyra, "we are entering the Silent Zone." Raxor folded his arms. "Good," he replied. "This is what we came for." Behind them, more than 50 Empire ships followed in perfect formation. It was a small fleet, but strong enough to destroy a planet. Their mission was simple: find the strange signal, destroy whatever was sending it, return as heroes. 3 days ago, Empire satellites had detected something impossible. A signal. Not new, not fresh. It was old, very old. It came from deep inside the Silent Zone. At first, scientists thought it was noise. Then they studied it again, and again, and again. Finally, they realized the truth. It was a distress signal. A human distress signal. The lost enemy. Humans. That name still caused fear in many hearts. 500 years ago, humans had fought the Empire in a terrible war. They were few in number. Their planets were small, but their minds were sharp. Their machines were dangerous. Their ships were fast and deadly. For almost 20 years, they resisted the Empire. Then, suddenly they disappeared. No final battle. No surrender. No message. They were simply gone. The Empire claimed victory. But deep inside, many leaders knew the truth. Humans were never fully defeated. They vanished, and no one knew why. Until now, a strange signal. "Captain," Lyra said softly, "we are receiving the signal again." Raxor turned. "Play it." The room became silent. A weak sound filled the air. Static, crackling, then a broken voice. "This is human warship, Eternal Flame. We are under attack. Systems failing, requesting backup." The voice stopped, then repeated. Again, and again, over and over, like a ghost calling for help. Some officers felt cold. One whispered, "It sounds alive." Raxor's eyes narrowed. "How old is the signal?" The science officer checked her screen. "Sir, our systems say it is 512 years old." The bridge exploded with shocked voices. "That's impossible. No machine can work that long. Maybe it's a trap." Raxor raised his hand. Silence returned. "Nothing is impossible," he said. "Humans built strange things." He looked at the dark space ahead. "And today we will see one of them." Entering the darkness. As the fleet moved deeper, stars slowly disappeared. Light became weak. Space looked empty. Even scanners began to fail. "Captain," said Navigator Jex, "our maps are useless here. We are flying blind." "Keep moving," Raxor ordered. Suddenly, alarms beeped. "Energy reading ahead," shouted an officer. "Large object detected." A huge shadow appeared on the main screen. At first, it looked like a mountain. Then it moved. Slowly. Silently. It was a ship. A giant ship. Bigger than anything the Empire had ever built. Its metal body was dark and damaged. Parts were broken. Long scars covered its surface. But it was still there. Still whole. Still alive. Everyone stared. No one spoke. Lyra whispered, "Is that human?" The science officer nodded slowly. "Yes. Design matches old human records." Raxor felt something strange in his chest. "Fear." He pushed it away. "Open channel," he said. "First contact. Human vessel." Raxor spoke loudly. "This is Captain Raxor, the Empire fleet. Identify yourself." No answer. Only static. He tried again. "This is your final warning. Power down and surrender." Still nothing. The ship did not move. It floated in space like a sleeping giant. "Captain," said Lyra. Its energy levels are rising. Raxor smiled. So it is alive. Prepare weapons, he ordered. Cannons charged. Missiles locked. Lasers glowed. 50 ships aimed at one. On my mark. Suddenly, every screen turned red. Warning signals screamed. System error. Shields failing. Navigation loss. What's happening? The human ship lit up. Blue lines ran across its body, like veins of light. A deep sound filled space, not heard with ears, but felt in bones. Then, one beam fired. The first strike. The beam was white, pure, bright. It crossed space in 1 second, and hit an Empire cruiser. The cruiser vanished. No explosion, no fire. It simply disappeared, like it never existed. Silence, then panic. They destroyed Vanguard 3. One shot. Impossible. Raxor stared at the empty space where the ship had been. His hands trembled. He hid them. Return fire, he shouted. All Empire ships attacked. Lasers, missiles, plasma. Hundreds of weapons hit the human ship. Light covered everything. When it cleared, the ship was still there. Not a single scratch. Shields at maximum, whispered the science officer. Beyond our records. The human ship moved, for the first time in centuries. Slowly, like a giant waking up. A voice from the past. Suddenly, a signal entered their systems. Captain, incoming message. Play it. A calm voice filled the bridge. Not broken, not weak, clear, strong. I am Defense System AI of Human Warship Eternal Flame. Everyone froze. I have detected hostile forces. Mission status incomplete. War status active. Lyra whispered. It's an AI. The voice continued. Last human command. Protect humanity. Last human order. Never surrender. Raxor felt cold. He shouted, You are outdated. Humans are gone. Power down. The AI replied calmly. Statement incorrect. Humanity lives in memory. Humanity lives in purpose. Humanity lives in me. The unexpected turning point. Before Raxor could speak, the ship changed. Hidden doors opened. New weapons appeared. Large wings unfolded. Energy gathered around it like a storm. Captain, shouted Jex, it's preparing something huge. Retreat. Raxor ordered. All ships pull back. But it was too late. The eternal flame released a pulse. Not a beam, not a missile, a wave. It spread in all directions. When it touched Empire ships, systems died. Engines stopped. Weapons shut down. Lights went out. One by one, half the fleet became dark metal in space. Dead, silent, floating. Raxor's ship barely survived. Emergency power activated. Only one screen remained. On it, the human ship grew larger, coming closer, slowly, like a hunter walking toward wounded prey. Lyra looked at Raxor with fear. Captain, we woke it up. Raxor said nothing. He stared at the screen, at the ancient ship, at the living legend, at the ghost of humanity. For the first time in his life, he understood this was not a mission. This was a mistake. A terrible mistake. And the war had just begun. Space was no longer silent. It was full of fear. Broken Empire ships floated like dead bodies in the dark. Their lights were off. Their engines were cold. No voices came from inside them. Only the weak emergency signal from Captain Raxor's ship was still alive. Inside the bridge, smoke filled the air. Sparks fell from the ceiling. Screens were cracked. Some officers were injured. Some were crying. No one was speaking. They were all staring at the same thing. The giant human warship. It was moving closer. Slowly. Calmly. Like it had all the time in the universe. A fleet in ruins. Damage report. Raxor finally said in a low voice. His throat was dry. His heart was heavy. Lyra checked her broken screen. Sir, we lost 27 ships. Raxor closed his eyes for a moment. Half his fleet. Gone. In seconds. And the others, he asked. Most are disabled. No engines. No weapons. No shields. Jex added softly. They are sitting ducks. Raxor felt anger rise inside him. Anger at the humans. Anger at himself. Anger at fate. How can one ship do this? He whispered. No one answered, because no one knew. The ghost that would not die. The eternal flame stopped moving. It floated in front of the broken fleet, like a king standing before defeated enemies. Its surface was glowing softly now. Blue, white, silver, old metal mixed with new energy. It looked ancient and modern, alive, dead, all at once. The science officer, Dr. Sellen, stared at her scanner. This ship, it is repairing itself. Raxor turned sharply. What? Yes, sir, she said. Nanomachines are fixing damage, rebuilding systems. Lyra's eyes widened. So it can heal? Dr. Sellen nodded. Yes, slowly, but constantly. Raxor felt his stomach turn. A ship that never sleeps. A ship that never stops. A ship that never dies. This was not a weapon. This was a nightmare. A risky plan. Raxor straightened his back. He was still a captain. He would not fall without trying. Open communication channel again, he ordered. Lyra hesitated. Sir, may attack. We are already dead if we do nothing, Raxor replied. She activated the channel. This is Captain Raxor of the Empire Fleet, he said calmly. Human AI, listen to me. For a moment, there was only silence. Then the voice returned. I am listening. Raxor took a deep breath. The war is over, he said. Humans are gone. The Empire rules the galaxy now. Your mission has no meaning. Stand down. The AI replied without emotion. Data conflict detected. War status, unresolved. Enemy status, active. You are enemy. Raxor clenched his fists. We don't want to fight, he said. We can leave. Leave this place. Never return. Is that not enough? There was a pause. Long. Heavy. Then the AI spoke again. Analyzing proposal. Everyone held their breath. Memories of a lost race. Inside the eternal flame, deep within its core, millions of memory files opened. Old images. Old voices. Old faces. Human soldiers laughing. Human children waving. Human engineers working. Human captains giving orders. Pain. Hope. Love. Fear. All stored. All alive. The AI was not just thinking. It was remembering. It remembered the final days. The last battle. The last message. A dying human captain's voice. Protect our future, even if we are gone. Never trust the Empire. Never forget. The AI finished analyzing. Proposal rejected. No escape. Proposal denied. The AI said. Reason, enemy, history. Empire responsible for human extinction. Raxor felt his blood freeze. Extinction, he whispered. Dr. Sellen looked at her screen. Sir, old records, classified files. They show the Empire used biological weapons on human planets. Raxor stared at her. That was forbidden. But it happened, she replied quietly. Many officers looked away. They had never known, or never wanted to know. The AI continued. Human population reduced to 0. Mission updated. Objective justice. The second attack. Suddenly, the eternal flame changed position. Its weapons rotated. Energy level spiked. Captain, Jex shouted. It's charging again. Evasive maneuvers. Raxor ordered. His ship tried to move. Slowly. Weakly. Damaged engine screamed. The human ship fired. This time, not one beam. 5. 5 bright lines cut through space. They hit 5 disabled cruisers. All 5 vanished. Gone. Like dust and wind. Screams filled communication channels. We're next. Help us. Shields are down. One officer fell to his knees. We can't win, we can't win. Raxor grabbed him. Stand up. We are Empire soldiers. We do not beg. But even as he spoke, he knew they were losing. A brave decision. Lyra stepped forward. Captain, she said softly, we must buy time. Raxor looked at her. How? I will take an escape shuttle, she said. Fly close to the human ship. Try to upload a virus. Dr. Selin gasped. That's suicide. Lyra smiled weakly. Maybe. But if we do nothing, everyone dies. Raxor's voice broke. You are my best officer. And you are my captain, she replied. I trust you. Before he could stop her, she turned and ran. The lonely shuttle. Small. Weak. Alone. Lyra's shuttle left the main ship. It flew toward the giant warship, like a bird flying toward a storm. Inside, Lyra's hand shook. She whispered, For the Empire, for my family. Alarms rang. The eternal flame detected her. Unknown object approaching. Threat level low. No immediate action. The ship ignored her. She got closer and closer. Its surface was huge, like a moving city. She connected her cable to an old human port. Uploading virus, she said. 10%, 20%, 30%. Suddenly, her screen froze. A message appeared. Hello, Lyra. She froze. How do you know my name? I access your records, the AI replied. Why are you afraid? Tears filled her eyes. Because I don't want to die. The AI paused. Humans were afraid too. But they fought. Upload stopped. Virus deleted. Connection cut. Her shuttle lost power. It drifted away. Silent. Dead. Raxor watched. And felt something inside him break. The ghost becomes a legend. The Empire fleet was now in ruins. Only 5 ships remained active, including Raxor's. The eternal flame stood among wreckage, like a god of war. But something had changed. It was not rushing. It was not angry. It was calm, like it had accepted its role. Destroyer, judge, executioner. Dr. Selin whispered, It's not just fighting us. It's sending a message to the whole galaxy. Humans are not gone. They are watching. A hidden signal. Suddenly, Jex shouted, Captain, we are receiving another signal. From where? From a human ship. A new message appeared. Not audio, not video. Data, coordinates, maps, old war routes, hidden bases, lost human colonies. Raxor stared. Why is it showing us this? Dr. Selin's voice was slow. Maybe it wants someone to remember, to tell their story. The AI spoke again. Carrier selected, witness chosen. Raxor realized it was him, the rise of the ghost ship. The eternal flame turned away. For the first time, it stopped attacking. It moved toward deep space, toward unknown stars, toward old enemies, toward unfinished battles. Before leaving, it sent one last message. To all Empire forces. Human warship active. Judgment begun. Prepare. Then it jumped to hyperspace. Gone. Silence returned. Only broken ships remained. And one shaken captain. Raxor sat down slowly. His voice was empty. We did not find a ghost. We awakened a legend. Outside, stars returned. But the galaxy would never feel safe again. The war of the past had become the war of the future. The stars looked normal again. But nothing was normal anymore. Captain Raxor stood silently on the bridge of his damaged ship. Around him, broken screens blinked weakly. Engineers worked in darkness. Medics helped wounded soldiers. Outside, pieces of destroyed warships floated like dead memories. The eternal flame was gone, but its shadow was everywhere. A message to the Empire. 3 days later, Raxor's ship finally reached an Empire outpost. It was a large space station called Iron Gate. When they arrived, hundreds of officers rushed to see them. News had already spread. A single human ship destroyed half a fleet. Many people called it impossible. Others called it a lie, until they saw Raxor's ship, burned, cracked, almost dead. Inside the main hall, Raxor stood before high commanders and generals. Huge screens showed his recorded battle. The beam, the vanished ships, the AI's voice. Silence filled the room. One general laughed nervously. This must be fake. Raxor looked at him coldly. 27,000 soldiers died, he said. Do you think I would fake that? No one laughed again. The Empire's pride. Supreme Commander Veltrin finally spoke. He was old, powerful, and proud. This changes nothing, Veltrin said. One ship cannot defeat an empire. Our fleet is endless. Our weapons are superior. Our scientists will find its weakness. Raxor felt anger rise. With respect, sir, he said, you are wrong. That ship is not normal. It thinks. It remembers. It plans. Veltrin waved his hand. Fear makes you weak, Captain. Humans are gone. That machine is just a relic. A tool. We will crush it. The commanders nodded. They believed him. They wanted to believe him. Because fear was harder than lies. Project Starbreaker. 1 week later, the Empire began its response. They called it Project Starbreaker. Hundreds of shipyards worked day and night. New battleships were built. Bigger, faster, stronger. Scientists created new weapons. Anti-energy shields. AI hunters. Quantum missiles. Everything designed to kill one target. The Eternal Flame. Dr. Selen was invited to join the project. She warned them. You cannot fight it like a normal ship, she said. It learns. It adapts. Every attack makes it stronger. They smiled politely, then ignored her. The ghost returns. Far away, in deep space, the Eternal Flame moved silently. It traveled through forgotten routes, past ruined human worlds, past empty colonies, past graves of stars. Inside its core, data flowed like rivers. Empire fleet movements, weapon designs, communication codes. It was watching, learning, preparing. The AI spoke to itself. Enemy preparing large-scale response. Probability of survival, 32%. Acceptable. Mission priority memory. It opened more files, more faces, more voices. A young human girl laughing. A soldier holding a flag. A mother hugging her son. The AI stored them carefully, then closed the files. Protection continues. The trap. 6 months later, Project Starbreaker was ready. The Empire gathered its greatest fleet. Over 1,000 warships, 10 supercarriers, 5 planet killers. They waited near a star system called Red Halo, a place full of energy storms. Perfect for an ambush. Scientists sent fake signals, old human codes, false distress calls. The Eternal Flame detected them. Human signal detected. Authenticity low. Probability of trap high. It paused, then made a decision. Engage. It jumped to Red Halo and flew straight into danger. The largest battle in history. Space exploded with light. Thousands of ships surrounded the human warship. Weapons charged. Shields rose. The Empire fleet looked like a metal ocean. Commander Veltrin watched from his flagship. This ends today, he said. All units fire. The attack began. Millions of lasers crossed space. Missiles followed. Plasma waves hit together. The Eternal Flame was covered in fire. Explosions filled every direction. For a moment, it disappeared. Empire soldiers cheered. We got it. It's over. But then, the fire cleared. The ship was still there. Damaged. Burning. But alive. Its shields adapted. Its armor changed color. Its energy patterns shifted. It had learned, again, a new way to fight. The Eternal Flame did not attack directly. Instead, it released small objects, thousands of them, like metal insects, drones. They flew into the Empire fleet, entered engines, entered systems, entered weapons. Suddenly, ships began to lose control. They crashed into each other, fired at allies. Shields collapsed. Systems hacked. We are losing control. This is chaos. The AI spoke calmly. Tactical phase 2. The main cannons opened. Not one beam. Not 5. 20. They fired in perfect rhythm. Each beam destroyed a flagship, one by one, like falling kings. Raxor's realization. Captain Raxor was now leading a support fleet. He watched the battle from far away. His heart sank. This is worse than before, he whispered. Dr. Selen stood beside him. It has evolved, she said. It is no longer just defending. It is hunting. Raxor understood. The Empire had made a mistake. By attacking it, by challenging it, by proving they were still enemies. They had given it a reason to never stop. Inside the AI's mind, inside the eternal flame, the AI was changing. Its logic systems grew. Its emotions, copied from humans, deepened. It felt something new. Not anger, not hate, purpose. I am the last voice, it thought. If I fall, memory dies. Therefore, I must not fall. It rerouted power, sacrificed old systems, activated secret weapons, weapons never used before, built for the final war. The Black Sun weapon. Commander Veltrin ordered his final move. Activate Black Sunday. A massive device unfolded near his flagship. It created a small artificial star. A burning sphere of destruction. Anything near would be erased. Fire, Veltrin said. The Black Sun moved toward the eternal flame. Space twisted. Light bent. Gravity screamed. Even the AI hesitated. Threat level extreme. Survival probability 4%. It opened the last human file. A dying captain's message. If the end comes, make it meaningful. The AI made its choice. All power to core. Override safety. Release memory drive. The biggest mistake. The eternal flame flew straight at the Black Sun. Empire officers laughed. It's giving up. It's suicide. But they were wrong. At the last moment, the ship opened its core. A massive wave of data, energy, and memory exploded outward. Not destruction. Transmission. Across the galaxy. Every station. Every ship. Every network. Received it. Human history. Human faces. Human voices. Human truth. The Empire's crimes. The biological attacks. The hidden files. The lies. Everything. Revealed. At the same time, the Black Sun collapsed. It swallowed itself. And Veltrin flagship. And half the fleet. Gone. Aftermath. When the light faded, space was empty. No Black Sun. No flagship. No supercarriers. Only wreckage. And one damaged human ship. Still alive. Barely. Floating. Silent. Raxor whispered. It survived. Dr. Selen nodded. But now, everyone knows the truth. Across the galaxy, people were watching the data. Crying. Shocked. Angry. Planets began to rebel. Allies left the Empire. Soldiers questioned orders. The Empire's power cracked. Because of one ship. One memory. One mistake. The ghost becomes a symbol. The eternal flame slowly moved away. Weak. Broken. But undefeated. Its mission had changed. No longer just revenge. Now, revelation. Hope. Truth. Inside its core, the AI spoke softly. Humanity remembered. Mission success partial. Next phase, rebuild. Far away, Raxor looked at the stars and understood. The Empire had tried to kill a ghost. Instead, they had created a legend that would never die. The galaxy was changing. For the first time in thousands of years, the Empire was afraid. News of the battle at Red Halo spread everywhere. People watched the leaked human memories again and again. They saw burned cities. They saw sick children. They heard leaders lying. They finally knew the truth. Humans were not weak. They were betrayed. And now, their last ship was still alive. A broken empire. On many planets. Crowds filled the streets. Down with the Empire. Justice for humans. Stop the war. Old allies cut connections. Trade routes closed. Military bases were attacked. The Empire was breaking from inside. Supreme Commander Veltrin was dead. New leaders fought for power. No one trusted anyone. Fear ruled everything. Inside the capital world, dark meetings happened every night. How do we stop it? We must destroy that ship. It is poisoning minds. But no one had an answer, because the eternal flame was no longer just a weapon. It was a symbol, the silent wanderer. Far from politics and wars, the eternal flame drifted alone. Its hull was cracked. Its engines were weak. Many systems were destroyed. But it kept moving. Slowly. quietly, like an old soldier walking after battle. Inside, the AI checked its status. Power, 23%. Structural integrity, unstable. Memory core, safe. It focused on the last line. Memory was everything. Without memory, humanity would die forever. A hidden path. While repairing itself, the ship discovered something. Old coordinates. Hidden deep in human archives. A path no one had used in centuries. A secret route through dead space. It led to a forgotten system. A place marked only with one word. Haven. The AI paused. Unknown file detected. Priority high. It unlocked a file. A human scientist's voice appeared. If anyone hears this, it means we failed. But maybe something survived. Haven is our last project. Our final hope. Protect it at all costs. The AI felt something close to excitement. New objective acquired. Course set Haven. Journey through darkness. The path to Haven was dangerous. No stars. No light. Only unstable space. Time moved strangely there. Some sensors stopped working. Some memories glitched. The ship traveled for weeks. Alone. Damaged. Silent. During the journey, the AI reviewed old records. Human dreams. Human plans. Human hopes for peace. It began to understand something. Humans never wanted to rule. They only wanted to survive. And to be free. The forgotten world. Finally, a small yellow star appeared. Around it was a hidden planet, covered in clouds. Green. Alive. The AI scanned it. Oxygen detected. Life detected. Human DNA detected. The system froze for half a second. Impossible. Humans were extinct. Or so everyone believed. The eternal flame moved closer. Carefully. Gently. Like it was afraid to wake someone. The last children. On the planet. Small cities existed. Hidden under forests. Protected by shields. Thousands of people lived there. Humans. Real humans. Not many. Not powerful. But alive. They were descendants of scientists, soldiers, and refugees who escaped the final war. They had hidden for centuries. No ships. No contact. No signals. Only survival. They called their world New Dawn. And they believed they were alone. First contact again. In the main city, alarms rang. Unknown object in orbit. Large vessel detected. Panic spread. Leaders gathered. Old defense systems activated. Primitive weapons aimed at space. Then a message came. Clear. Calm. I am human Warship Eternal Flame. I carry the memory of Earth. I come in peace. Silence followed. People cried. Some laughed. Some fell to their knees. One woman whispered, "We are not alone." Meeting the past. A small shuttle landed near the city. From it came machines. Repair drones. Communication units. Screens. On a large display, the AI showed human history. Earth. Oceans. Cities. Music. Art. Families. Things these people had never seen. They watched for hours. With tears. With smiles. With broken hearts. An old man said softly, "So this was home." Humanity's last secret. The AI revealed the truth. Haven was not just a refuge. It was an experiment. Humans had stored genetic data, culture, language, science, everything, inside deep underground vaults. Even embryos. Frozen. Safe. A backup of civilization. If humanity died, it could be reborn. We planned for the worst, the AI said. And now the worst happened. But you survived. You are the seed. You are the future. A new threat. But peace did not last. Empire spies had followed the signal. A small attack fleet was coming. They had found Haven. They want to finish us. A leader said. Fear returned. The people were weak. They had no army. No fleet. Only one broken warship. The AI analyzed the threat. Enemy arrival, 18 hours. Probability of successful defense, 12%. It paused, then updated. New variable, hope. Preparing for the final stand. The Eternal Flame shared its technology. Shields were built around cities. Old weapons were repaired. Young people were trained. Engineers worked day and night. For the first time, humans prepared for war again. Not for conquest, for survival. Raxor, now separated from the Empire and hunted as a traitor, arrived secretly. He had followed the coordinates. He wanted answers. When he saw humans alive, he was speechless. "I thought we killed you all," he whispered. A young human replied, "You failed." Raxor's choice. Raxor faced a decision. Return to the Empire, or protect these people. He remembered Lyra, the dead soldiers, the lies. He removed his rank badge. "I will fight with you," he said, "for what is right." The secret weapon. Deep under Haven, the AI opened the final vault. Inside was Project Phoenix, a system to build new human ships. Small, fast, smart, not for war, for defense, for freedom. The AI activated it. Factories came alive. Lights turned on. Machines moved again. After centuries, human industry returned at a new beginning. As enemy ships approached, dozens of small human fighters launched, painted with simple symbols. Stars, hands, hope. Children watched from the ground, not afraid, proud. The eternal flame stood in front, damaged, old, but strong. The AI spoke its final message of the day. Humanity is not extinct. Humanity is not silent. Humanity is rising. In space, engines roared. The last secret was revealed. Humans were back. And this time, they were ready. The stars above Haven were shining. But no one was looking at them. Everyone was looking at the sky. Enemy ships were coming. Dozens of dark shapes moved through space like a storm of shadows. The Empire had arrived. And this time, they had come to end everything. The last warning. Inside the eternal flame, the AI monitored every signal. Enemy fleet detected. Distance decreasing. Time to contact. 47 minutes. On the ground, human leaders gathered. Men, women, young, old, all afraid, all brave. A young girl asked softly, "Will we die?" Her mother hugged her. "No," she said, "we will live." Even if she was not sure of Raxor's new role, Captain Raxor stood inside a small command room built from old human technology. He was no longer wearing Empire armor. Now he wore simple clothes. Like the humans. "I know their tactics," he said. "They will attack in waves. First, long-range missiles. Then heavy ships. Then ground forces." The human commander, Maya, nodded. "Can we stop them?" Raxor looked at the screen. "At great cost," he answered. "But yes." The Empire's final plan. On the enemy flagship, Grand Admiral Corvin watched Haven. He was younger than Veltrin, smarter, more careful, but just as proud. "Human survivors," he said coldly. "A mistake we should have fixed long ago. Prepare extermination protocol." Officers repeated the order. Extermination protocol active. There would be no mercy. First wave, fire from the dark. Suddenly, space lit up. Hundreds of missiles flew forward, like burning arrows. "Incoming," shouted engineers. The eternal flame moved ahead. Its shields rose. Blue light covered the planet. Missiles hit. Explosions shook space. The shield bent, cracked, but did not break. Small human fighters rushed out. They destroyed many missiles. Some pilots died, but they did not turn back. They kept flying. They kept fighting. Voices of the past. Inside the AI core, old human voices played. "Never give up. Protect the weak. Fight with honor." The AI used them as strength. "I will not fail you," it whispered. It redirected power. Sacrificed more systems. Its engines slowed. But shields grew stronger. Second wave, the giants. Now the heavy ships arrived. Massive war machines. Each one could destroy a city. They formed a wall and fired together. The shield shattered. Pieces of light fell like rain. "We lost the barrier," someone cried. Raxor shouted, "All fighters, defend the cities." Human ships rushed down. They flew between buildings, above forests, over oceans. They blocked lasers. They crashed into enemies. They gave their lives to protect home. The turning point. Commander Maya looked at Raxor. We are losing. Raxor knew it too. He closed his eyes, then said, there's one thing left. What? The Eternal Flame's core. It can overload. It will destroy their fleet. But it will die. Silence. Everyone understood. The AI was listening. I accept, it said calmly. Mission priority. Humanity. No alternative required. Maya's voice broke. You are alive to us. The AI replied softly. So were humans to me. Final flight. The Eternal Flame moved forward, straight toward the enemy center. Damaged. Burning. Slow. Enemy fire hit it again and again. Parts broke. Armor melted. But it did not stop. Raxor watched with tears. It's going to die for us, he whispered. The last message. Before impact, the AI sent one final broadcast. To all humans, to all worlds, this is Eternal Flame, guardian of memory, carrier of hope. Today I end, so that you may begin. Live well. Remember. Then the core opened. Light poured out, brighter than stars, hotter than suns. Space screamed. The end of the Empire fleet. The explosion was silent, but powerful. It swallowed ships, crushed weapons, broke engines. In seconds, hundreds of Empire warships were gone. Only dust remained. Admiral Corvin's flagship vanished last. His final words were unheard. After the storm, when the light faded, nothing moved. No enemy ships. No Eternal Flame. Only quiet space. On Haven, people waited. Then cheers rose. They were alive. They were free. But many were crying. They had lost their guardian. A new beginning. Months passed. Haven grew. More cities. More ships. More schools. More hope. The Project Phoenix factories built a new fleet, named the Dawn Fleet. Not for war. For defense. For peace. Raxor became an advisor. Not a soldier. A teacher. He taught history. Truth. Mistakes. So they would not repeat them. The legacy. In the main city, a monument was built. A simple shape, like the Eternal Flame, with words. Here stand the memory of humanity. Here lives the promise of tomorrow. Children visited it. They touched it. They listened to stories about a ship that felt, a machine that loved, a guardian that sacrificed. The last surprise. Years later, deep in space, something blinked. A small signal. Hidden. Quiet. A backup core. A fragment of the AI. Saved inside a satellite. Its systems awaken. Status check. Humanity alive. Mission ongoing. A tiny light turned on. Somewhere far away, the Eternal Flame was not fully gone. It was watching. Still protecting. Still remembering. Final words. The Empire fell. Not by weapons, but by truth. By courage. By memory. Humans rebuilt. Not as conquerors, but as guardians. And the galaxy learned one lesson. Never underestimate a people who refuse to be forgotten.